guys, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to today's video. I hope you enjoy it and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video will be a book/reading tag. I hope you enjoy. Let's get straight into it. Now, to start off, the first question is a book you dislike that everyone else seemed to love. And I think the first book that comes to my head is Dear Evan Hansen. I just seemed to not enjoy that book. I don't know what it was. I just found it very boring. Like, I was just bored a lot, and it kind of made me end up having a bit of a reading slump. Like, I didn't want to read the book, and I wasn't really looking forward to reading the book, but I wanted to finish it, hoping that it would get better, but it didn't in the end. I heard lots of people saying, oh my god, it's so good, and everyone saying that the musical was really good, but I just didn't get the book. I don't know why. It could be me, but I just didn't enjoy the book. And another book that I didn't enjoy that everyone loved is, I'm trying to think, because if I don't enjoy the book, I would give it to my sister to read to see if she likes it. Oh, that's another book, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I think that's how it's pronounced, but I'm not sure. I heard quite a few good things about the book. I bought it because Tisha Drew Merry recommended the book, and I read it, and I just didn't enjoy it. I kept on getting confused with the whole storyline, and then when I would get the gist of the book, or get the gist of what was going on, it confused me again. And because of how much it was confusing me, I just got so bored and fed up of the book. I almost didn't finish it and ended up giving it up, but I finished it and it just didn't get better. So yeah, but my little sister seems to be enjoying it, so yeah. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. Who gave you the love for reading? And I think the answer for that is my dad, just for the pure fact of, I remember when I was little, he would always, well, whenever I used to go to stay at my nan's for the weekend, him and my nan would take me to this bookshop. I think it was in Liscard maybe, and it was owned by one of my nan's friends. And I used to pick up a bunch of books, and he always used to do it for cheaper since he was friendly with my dad and my nan. And I'd get like 5 or 6 books, and he'd get us to only give him like £3 when it was a bit way more than that. So yeah, I think it was definitely my dad. And I think both my parents used to buy me Jacqueline Wilson books and stuff. The reason why I got into reading was because my dad. I mean, my mum reads, but I think because she works all the time, she doesn't really get enough time to read. And she reads like quite sad books, if that makes sense. So yeah. Now let's move on to the next question. Moving on to question 3. Do you need the room to be silent when you read? I think it just depends what mood I'm in. If I'm in a bit of a slump or struggling to read, I need music to help me concentrate purely on the book. But if I'm not, and if I'm really enjoying the book, I'm fine with like noises and stuff. But I do love reading when it's really quiet also, so I think it just depends on what mood I'm in. So yeah. In the book I'm currently reading, which is A Wedding at the Beach Hut, I've started reading it today, and I was just sitting in my chair reading it while my kittens were asleep. So yeah. let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4. Is it hard for you to concentrate when reading? I think, following on from the previous question, it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm in a bit of a reading slump, I do struggle to concentrate, or if I'm not enjoying the book, I also struggle to concentrate. But I don't like to give books up. There's only been 1 or 2 books which I have given up. So yeah. Let's move on to question 5. Question number 5. Are you a fast reader? I mean, I think it depends also if I'm in a reading slump, and if I'm enjoying the book, I am a fast reader. But I've only ever managed to read 1 book in just 24 hours, if that makes sense. And that book was... can't find it. Oh, Since You've Been Gone. That book was amazing. Normally books take me like 3 days. But if I'm in a bit of a slump, it will take me longer. Or if I'm just busy, it will take me longer. So yeah. Am I a fast reader? Half the time I am. Question number 6. Do you read whilst in bed? Yeah. More than half the time I do read in bed, just because it's just so comfy. I mean, I do have a reading chair in the corner of my room, which I will sometimes sit in reading, but it just depends on where the kittens are playing, and it depends on how I'm feeling. Like, a lot of the time I will read in my pyjamas, so I'll probably be in bed reading. So yeah, I do read in bed about 88% of the time. So yeah. And because like my window is behind my bed, if that makes sense, so there's always the natural light in when I'm reading a book if I read in bed. So yeah. Now let's move on to question 7. Question number 7. Which book do you wish had a sequel? And I think, going on off the top of my head, I think it would have to be Cody Keplinger's That's Not What Happened, just because with that book it kind of leads you on in a way, and it ends in a bit of a cliffhanger. And the reason why it leads you on is because in it there is a school shooting, and it's about, you know, the victims that was there and how they've dealt with the situation, kind of. And it, throughout the book, it will hint at who it is, and it will make you think, oh, is it him? Is it a friend of him? A friend of her, you know? And it will mention a name but have a black line through it, and when it got closer and closer to the end, it would hint that it would give who the killer was, but it doesn't. And when I finished it, I was kind of left like, oh, is this it? You know? So I was kind of annoyed about the fact that it doesn't give it away. Like, I reckon I would have rated the book higher if I had known who the shooter was, or if it was revealed at the end, but it doesn't, and that kind of irritated me. And maybe another book which I hoped had a sequel would have to be I'm not sure really, just for the pure fact of I'm quite a nosy person, so a lot of the books I'm like, oh, I want to know, you know, what's happened, blah 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 blah. I mean, I would have liked maybe a sequel to Jane Green's Falling, just to know how the main character is coping, just because I'm nosy. So yeah. Let's move on to question number 8. Question number 8. What's your favourite genre? And I think if you was to ask me this a year or two ago, I would have definitely said thriller or murder mystery type of books. But I think now I do definitely love... Oh, I've just noticed a massive spider in my room. I do... That's really distracted me because I'm home alone and there's a massive spider in my room. But anyway, my favourite genre right now would have to be romance, particularly like Jojo Moyes, just because I find those books very easy to read and I really do enjoy them. And I find with like some romance books, it's very, like, it doesn't, I don't know how to word it. Like, if you was to read a thriller or a murder mystery book, it would be quite heavy, if that makes sense. Whereas a romance book is normally quite light. So yeah, I think right now my favourite genre would have to be romance. I do love a good old contemporary romance though. So yeah, let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9. Do you read a book in one sitting or over a multiple of days? And I think going back to a different question which I asked, question 5 I think it was, it just depends what mood I'm in and depends if the day is busy or not. Most of the time it will be over a course of a few days, and I've only ever read one book in one sitting. Well, read a whole book in one sitting, and as I said previously, it was since you've been gone, I think. So yeah, but I do read quite quick, but I don't know. I think it's just because, you know, there's stuff to do, like cleaning and stuff like that. So I don't normally get around to reading it in just one go. And because I can never sit still for long as well. So yeah, let's move on to question 10. Question number 10. Do you listen to music whilst you read? And the answer is no. But if I'm in a bit of a reading slump, I will listen to music really low in the background, but it has to be music with no words in it. It just has to be sound, if that makes sense, but only if I'm in a bit of a reading slump. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 11. Dog ears or a bookmark? And the answer is definitely a bookmark. But when I was younger, and I mean younger, like under 10, I used to always use dog ears. Whereas now I always use bookmark, and I'm quite fussy with what bookmarks I use. I like to use bookmarks that are magnetic bookmarks, just because it's lowers your chance of losing your page. And I did have a magnetic bookmark, but I've lost it. And I would just order another one, but it's the second time I've ordered the same bookmark just because I lost it. So yeah, but at the moment I have sewn my own bookmark just to use, and I'll quickly show you it. It just says Holly's bookmark. It's a bit wonky because the sewing machine kept on getting clogged up. I can't think of the word. Getting clogged up. So yeah, it's gone a bit funny. But and I have two elasticated bits. One on the page I'm on, and one on my book to keep it closed. So yeah, there's this big machine outside and it's making lots of noise. So if you can hear that, I apologise. So yeah, I definitely always use a bookmark just because I don't want to lose my page, and I don't want to damage the book by using dog ears. So yeah, let's move on to the next question.